Hi everyone! Welcome back to Easy English. I'm Erica, and today we're talking about something really important: how to stay consistent. Why do we start strong but give up? Have you ever started something with lots of energy? Maybe you said, "This time I'm really going to change." You promised to study English every day, go to the gym, or wake up earlier. Voici for a few days, maybe a week, you felt great. You followed your plan. You were proud of yourself. But slowly, things got harder. You missed one day, then another. Then somehow, you stopped completely. The motivation just disappeared. This is one of the biggest challenges people face, not starting, but continuing. Today, you'll learn how to be consistent through understanding what makes us stop and what helps us keep going. What does consistency really mean? When we talk about consistency, most people think it means doing something every single day without fail. But real consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about returning again and again to the thing you promised yourself. Imagine a river flowing through a valley. It's not always fast, it's not always loud, but it keeps moving day after day. That's consistency. Being consistent means showing up, even when you're tired, even when you're not in the mood, even when life gets messy. It means doing the thing, not because it feels good every time, but because it matters to you. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't feel super excited to do it, but you do it anyway because it's part of who you are. That's the kind of quiet power we want to build. Why do people lose motivation so quickly? We often lose motivation because we expect results too quickly. You start studying English and expect to speak fluently in a month. You go to the gym and hope to see big changes in 2 weeks. But real growth takes time. When we don't see fast results, our brain says, "What's the point?" The truth is, motivation is like a spark. It gets things started, but it's not the fire. The fire comes from discipline and deeper reasons, like becoming a better version of yourself. So if you're losing motivation, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're depending on something that was never designed to last. What lasts is purpose, habit, and small actions. What do you really want? Before you can force yourself to be consistent, you have to get honest. What do you actually want? Not what sounds nice, not what other people expect from you, but what do you deep down truly want for yourself? Do you want to speak English fluently because it makes you feel free, confident, and respected? Or are you doing it just because someone told you to? The clearer you are about what you want and why, the easier it is to stay on the path. People don't stay consistent with things that don't matter to them. Take a moment and think about it. What kind of life are you trying to build? How identity shapes your consistency? Here's one of the strongest tools for consistency: identity. When you say, "I want to learn English," that's just a goal. But when you say, "I'm the kind of person who learns every day," that's identity. Identity shapes behavior. If you see yourself as a learner, as someone who grows, as someone who shows up no matter what, then your actions start to follow that story. Even if you're tired or busy, you'll find a way to stay consistent because it's who you are. Start thinking in identity terms. I'm the kind of person who shows up. I'm the kind of person who finishes what they start. Repeat that until you believe it, because you can become it. What's really stopping you? Sometimes we stop being consistent because we haven't clearly named our obstacles. Maybe it's time, maybe it's distraction, maybe it's fear of failure, but we don't stop to look at what's really blocking us. We just say, "I got lazy." But laziness usually hides something deeper. Are you afraid of not being good enough? Do you feel overwhelmed? Are you distracted by too many things? They'll say, if you can name the obstacle, you can beat it. So pause and get curious. What's stopping you from being the consistent version of yourself? Say it out loud, write it down, make it real. Because once it's real, you can deal with it. Make small wins beat big plans. Many people fail because they start with big, impressive plans. I'll study English for 2 hours every day. But life isn't a movie. 2 hours turns into 0 hours very quickly. Instead, you need to chase small wins. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, one page, one conversation. Tiny, consistent actions beat giant, inconsistent ones every time. It's like planting seeds. You don't need to grow a whole forest in a day. Just plant, water, and trust the process. Even 5 minutes of real effort every day will add up. And most importantly, you'll trust yourself again because you're doing what you said you would. Make it easy to start. The hardest part of being consistent is often just starting. You say, "I'll do it later," and later never comes. That's why you need to make starting ridiculously easy. Keep your English notebook open. Set your shoes by the door. Prepare your tools the night before. Remove all friction. If something takes more than 30 seconds to begin, you'll probably skip it. So lower the barrier. Make the first step so small that you can't say no. Once you begin, momentum kicks in. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to begin. The 2-day rule. Here's a simple rule used by many successful people. Never miss more than 2 days in a row. If you skip one day, fine. Life happens. But if you skip 2, you're creating a new habit of not doing the thing. Here's so even if you're tired, even if you can only do one small thing, do something on that second day. 1 minute, one sentence, one action. This rule keeps your habit alive. It reminds your brain, this is who I am. You're not being hard on yourself. You're being smart. You're protecting the identity you're building. When you don't see results, one of the biggest enemies of consistency is frustration. You show up every day, but you don't see progress. No compliments, no clear changes. And you think, why bother? But here's what most people forget. The results come after consistency, not before. You don't get strong and then go to the gym. You go to the gym and then get strong. Con. It's like filling a bucket drop by drop. For a long time, it looks empty. Then one day, it overflows. Mua. You need to trust that the drops matter, even when nothing seems to be changing. Because the change is happening inside you first. What to do when you don't feel like it. Some days, you just won't be in the mood. You'll feel tired, distracted, or simply bored. But here's the truth. Feelings are temporary, and your goals are bigger than your mood. If you wait to feel motivated every time, you'll stay stuck forever. Instead, treat your task like brushing your teeth. You don't need to love it. You just do it. Consistency isn't about doing your best every day. It's about doing something even on your worst days. So next time you don't feel like it, remind yourself, this isn't about now. It's about who I'm becoming. The power of habits. Habits are like autopilot for your brain. When something becomes a habit, it stops being a decision. It just becomes normal. You don't ask, should I brush my teeth today? You just do it because it's part of your routine. That's the power of habit. It saves energy, removes doubt, and keeps you moving. So if you want to be consistent, focus on building a routine that includes your goal. Whether it's 5 minutes of English listening every morning or journaling at night, make it part of your rhythm. Because once it becomes automatic, it becomes easy to maintain even when life gets messy. Stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison kills consistency. When you look at others, you start judging your journey based on their progress. Maybe someone speaks English more fluently or seems more successful. Suddenly, your own effort feels small or pointless. But the truth is, everyone is running a different race. You don't know their full story. You don't see the years behind their success, sugmas. When you compare, you lose focus. You stop watering your own plant because you're too busy staring at someone else's garden. Consistency grows best when you stay in your own lane with your own reasons and your own pace. Run your race. Track your progress. One of the best ways to stay consistent is using a simple habit tracker, a notebook, a wall calendar, even a checklist app. Each day you show up, mark an X. It sounds simple, but it's powerful. When you see those marks adding up, you feel proud. You feel like you're building something. It becomes a game. Don't break the chain. Even 5 minutes a day becomes something worth celebrating. Tracking gives you a visual reminder of your commitment. It turns effort into momentum. Discipline versus motivation. What's more important? Discipline or motivation? Definitely discipline. Motivation comes and goes like the weather. Some days you feel excited, other days you feel flat. You can't control that. Sell home. But discipline? That's something you build. It's a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Sell home, home mill. Discipline means you do the thing, even when you don't want to. And the funny thing is, once you do it, the motivation often comes back. So don't wait to feel ready. Just start. Use discipline to begin. Motivation will meet you there. Final thoughts. Remember, you will mess up. You will skip days. You will fall into old habits sometimes. That's not failure. That's being human. What matters is how you respond. Do you give up completely? Or do you take a breath and try again? Consistency is not about being perfect. It's about returning, always returning. Think of someone you admire, someone disciplined, confident, consistent. What if that person is just you a few months from now? Deep Wayan Ihamahapate, the only thing standing between you and that version of yourself is daily effort. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up, again and again. Every time you do, you're shaping yourself into the kind of person you've always wanted to be. Not through magic, not through motivation, but through choice, through repetition, through showing up even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Thanks for watching Easy English. See you next time.